I'll never forgive that woman. Did you hear what she said about my food? It's not my fault they don't like pilchards. As for overcharging, I only hope she can do better elsewhere. And that reminds me, I better check that money she gave me. I never did trust anybody from Scunthorpe.
Oh, by the way, I haven't paid you yet.
No worry, dear. I hope you don't think I was hinting.
Not at all.
Ta. Oh, you had 2 extra baths this week, Tuesday and Friday.
Oh, sorry.
That'll be another shilling. Ta.
I wonder where Tony's got to.
That's what I've been wondering ever since lunch. Ah, that'll be him now, I expect. More excuses, I suppose. See you 2 minutes from the sea. Speak it. Mr. and Mrs. Pepper? Oh, as a matter of fact, I have. A double room. A fallen vacant through a misunderstanding. How long would you want it for? 1 week. I see. You did say Mr. and Mrs. Pepper. Any children? Oh, you're on your honeymoon. Then you won't have, will you? That's right. Number 16 Bulstrode Avenue. Right opposite the gasworks. Bye-bye. What a bit of luck. There's nothing I like better than a nice quiet honeymoon couple. They never give no trouble. Too much on the mind, I suppose. Murray!
What have you got there?
Mrs. Austin's best friend. She said it can go back in the dining room now. She's had it locked up all week.
Whatever for?
Thought the kids might damage it. Solid silver. Wedding present, shouldn't wonder.
She's been giving them a pretty hard time of it, hasn't she?
I'll say, especially that tall little man. Don't know how it is. I'm always drawn to that type. You know, small and thin, big angry eyes.
It must be your maternal instinct.
Mum says it's me glands.
Now, what's all this? I told you to put that crewing back where it came from.
Yes, Mrs. Austin.
Natter all day long. She knows very well it's Saturday and I've got people coming in.
Oh, who else are you expecting?
A Mr. and Mrs. Pearson, their daughter, and her young man. He's in the forces, so heaven knows what we're in for.
Oh, don't you like servicemen?
I had enough during the war when they was billeted on me. You should have seen my walls when they left.
Still, if he's here with his girlfriend...
That's another thing. There ain't no canoodling down here last thing at night. I don't hold with it.
Hello, Pat.
Turned up at last, have you, Mr. Brett?
Oh, sorry I missed lunch.
So am I.
Well, I had things to do.
So did I. Instead of which I've stood over on stove keeping your dinner warm for 2:30.
I've said I'm sorry. After all, you get paid for it.
Do I?
Kat, my wallet I left at the theatre. Would you mind squaring up? Keep the lady happy.
I don't see why Miss Marlowe should always settle your debts for you.
Here you are, Mrs. Austin. I think that settles it.
1 week at any rate.
Do you mean I didn't pay last week?
Not according to my cash book.
I'll attend to it.
When?
Later.
Don't let it be too late. We don't live on fresh air in this house, you know.
I'd know this, Dad.
Well, of all the cheek!
I don't seem very popular.
She has got a business to run, Tony.
Does she have to run it like a steamroller?
Tony,
Uh-huh.
what happened to it this week?
What?
Your salary.
You'll get it back.
Isn't it about time you pulled yourself together?
Oh, for God's sake!
Look, I don't care how you spend your money. It's none of my business.
Okay, remember that.
But I do care when it affects your work. Last night in the finale, you nearly dropped me again. It could have been disastrous.
Have I ever made a mistake in the act?
You can't work properly when you've been drinking.
Have I ever made a mistake?
People are talking, Tony.
What people?
Well, Mr. Martin said yesterday...
Martin! What does he know about the act or anything connected with the theatre?
He's been running the pavilion for 20 years now.
The pavilion. The Pier Pavilion! That may be your idea of a theatre, it's certainly not mine.
It's where we work. We've got a contract.
Do you think that's what I want? Do you think that's why I came over here, did one-night stands, crummy cabaret, to wind up on the end of the pier? Not me.
The way you've been behaving lately, it's about all you're good for.
Thanks.
Tony? Come back. I didn't mean... Tony? Oh, Tony, this is the sitting room.
This way, Wilfred. Put them down there for now, love.
Wilfred, do be careful, my sunglasses.
This is it, eh?
Aye, this is it.
2 minutes from sea, 20 minutes on bus.
I'm sorry, miss. I didn't quite catch your name.
Marlowe, I'm staying here too.
Oh, my fellow sufferer. How do?
How do you do?
I'm Will Pearson from Huddersfield. And this is Ethel.
We've come for the week.
How do you do?
You been here long?
All season. I'm in a show on the Pavilion Pier, a concert party sort of.
Sure business, eh? I used to do a bit of that sort of thing myself at one time. Comic songs and monologues. Amateur, of course. Chucked it in when I got wed. No time for comedy once you're married.
Hush a minute, Wilfred. You must know all about the place then. What's it like?
Well, I think you'll be fairly comfortable here.
How's the grub?
Well, I'll just let the landlady know you've arrived. Excuse me.
Aye, aye. Further out looks stormy.
That Mrs. Austin never said she harboured theatricals.
Will you sit down a minute, Ethel?
No, I must move about a bit. My legs are as stiff as a stump.
Well, I warned you not to go to sleep on that train with your father beside us.
That's up here, not down here. Ooh, what a journey.
Never mind, we've arrived. And have a sniff at that air. Can't you smell his own?
She's been cooking cabbage. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's watery cabbage. A few years since these curtains last saw salt and water. Look at that! Dust an inch thick. These springs give up the ghost a long time since.
Will you sit down a minute, love? It might not be so bad once you get used to it. And what if there is a bit of dust? You don't have to clean it up, do you?
They're on the phone anyway. That means I can ring up Mother.
Why?
Why what?
Why?
I promise, that's why.
We only left 4 hours ago.
All alone in that great big house.
She's old enough to look after herself.
Yes, but you know what she is.
Aye, I know what she is, all right. I meant to say she gets a bit nervy all on her lonesome.
She doesn't like having nobody to talk to.
That's why if I give her this phone number, we shan't get a minute's peace. It wouldn't be so bad if she could hold a normal conversation, but she's deaf as a post.
She can't help her little affliction.
Little affliction, it's a major catastrophe.
Oh, there you are then. Mr. and Mrs. Pearson, isn't it? I'm Mrs. Austin.
How do you do?
I do.
Well now, you have come a long way, haven't you?
Huddersfield.
I expect you'd like a nice cup of tea.
Oh, we would.
Be ready in 25 minutes. In the meantime, I'll show you your room. Oh, you're in for a good time here, you know. Our motto is a happy home makes a heavenly holiday. My George Albert thought that one up 25 years ago.
George Albert.
My husband, Mr. Austin. He set the standard here, nothing but the best, and I've always stuck to it. Even during the war, when I had them air mobility on me, I never slipped. No, I never slipped up once.
I'm not surprised.
Pardon? Talking of servicemen, I thought you were bringing a soldier with you.
We are. That is how Sally's going to. She's gone to meet his train.
Only he's not a soldier. He's a lance corporal.
I'll be along presently.
I see. I suppose you've read the rules of the house?
No, we hadn't got round to that yet.
They're very simple. Just common sense. First, meals. Breakfast 8:15, lunch at 1, tea 4:45, evening meal 7 o'clock. All meals served in the dining room, through there, with the exception of afternoon tea served in here, the lounge. No rebate on meals missed. I have to be very strict about that. And I don't do late suppers.
By the way,
Visitor's book. Please sign immediately. Pen and ink provided. Locking up time. The front door's locked and bolted every night at 11:30. I have to be very strict about that. It's late enough for anybody, I always say, and if you're out after that, you're up to no good.
We were meaning to ask.
Baths. You're entitled to 1 bath a week, loofah provided. Any extras chargeable at 6pence a bath. All patrons are advised to lock up their rooms when unoccupied, as the management cannot be held responsible for any articles lost, stolen or strayed, and that includes husbands. My little joke. Bills become payable on the morning of departure prior to 10 o'clock. No drinking, no noise, and no gambling allowed. Any questions?
aye, any chance of remission of sentence for good conduct?
I beg your pardon?
Just his little joke, Mrs. Austin. While we're on the subject, what about early morning tea?
Early morning tea? Cups of tea in bed? Oh, I never do that. This isn't Buckingham Palace, you know.
No, just home from home.
Better get
That's
the bags
right.
upstairs, Wilf. I must ring up Mother.
That's another thing. The telephone. It's a call box type, as you can see, and I can't supply change. I have to be very strict about that.
It's a good job we got some then, isn't it? Give me 1 and 6pence, Wilf.
Come along then, Mr. Pearson. We can't hang about all day, can we?
Hello? Trunks? 2771. I want a call, please, to Huddersfield. 1066.
Mrs. Austin,
Yes?
there's quite a lot of stuff here. I wonder if Mr. Austin wouldn't mind giving hand light.
My George Albert? He'd be delighted, I'm sure. But for one thing,
What's that?
I buried him 15 years ago. Follow me.
Hello? Oh, hello, Mother. Well, we've arrived, dear. I say, we've arrived. Oh, terrible. Wait a minute till I shut the door. Hello? You better take down this number. 2771. Got it? The weather's lovely. How is it at home? Oh, well, never mind, dear. Light the fire. Do you mean to say that coalman hasn't been yet? Well, never mind, dear. Use the electric. But don't forget, use the bottom switch, dear. The other one's wonky. Wonky, dear. It won't work.
Ethel, chickens.
Hang on a minute. What?
Don't forget chickens.
Will says don't forget the chickens. All the scraps and a bit of hot mash, but nothing bony. You can't go wrong.
I wouldn't bet on it.
Now, don't forget to give us a tinkle if you run into any trouble. Oh, there's the pips. Well, take care of yourself, dear. Bye-bye. I do hope she's going to be all right.
She's old enough to look after herself. You better move a chair up near that telephone. You're going to need it.
Oh, I never told her to put the cat out.
Never mind, two's company.
Are you insinuating?
Now you listen to me, Ethel Pearson. You've come away on holiday, and you're going to enjoy yourself even if it kills you. Forget about the cat, forget about the coalman, forget all about Huddersfield. Now will you promise?
All right, Wilfred.
That's
I'll
more
try.
like it. Now sit down.
But if that coalman doesn't come, I don't know what she'll do.
Oh, what's the good? I don't care if she freezes to death.
You wouldn't. You've never liked my mother.
Oh, I didn't have to. It wasn't part of marriage service.
Had it in for her, you have, ever since our wedding day. I haven't forgotten what happened at the reception.
Neither have I. There we were, the happiest day of my life. You on one side and your mother on the other. Plenty to eat and drink and everything going lovely. when your mother, bless her heart, turned round and says, congratulations, young man. Don't be late for work in the morning.
She were only being practical.
Oh, aye, she's practical, all right. Look what happened when we had our first quarrel. Instead of you going home to Mother, Mother came to us.
At your invitation.
I know. I invited her for a fortnight. She stayed 15 years.
Go on, upset me. I know we'd have a row. I could see it coming when that woman said happy home makes heavenly holiday.
It'll be heavenly, all right. She's put us up in the attic.
The attic?
Wait till you see it. One skylight, one flood mattress, one dressing table short of a leg and a picture of the Laughing Cavalier.
What about a wash basin? She said there were a wash basin.
Aye, well, there's a big bowl with roses round the rim, 2 roses missing and a jug.
Running hot and cold, she said in that letter. Running hot and cold.
That means running up and downstairs for it. Bathroom's halfway down.
And she's got the cheek to charge all that money. We're not stopping, Wilf.
Sit down a minute, look. We've nowhere else to go. Everywhere's packed out in August. Besides, we've paid our deposit. Notices. Little printed notices everywhere you look. No smoking in bed. No washing socks in basin. No lights after midnight. And no place like home.
Miss Pearson.
Hello, Sal.
Where's Ted?
He hasn't come.
You mean he wasn't on train?
No. And there won't be another until midnight, so I made it
He
quiet.
must have been delayed. You know what army's like.
Has there been any message?
Nothing we've heard.
He must be on his wales. He let us know.
I suppose so. What about the lodgings? Are they any good?
Terrible.
It's not the place that matters. It's the people that's in it.
Aye. Theatricals.
Have you seen my room yet?
No, we've been a bit too busy ringing up your grandma.
Has she?
Just the same, unfortunately.
Perhaps you'd like to wait in here till your room's ready.
Thanks very much.
Mr. and Mrs. Pearson, meet Mr. and Mrs. Pepper.
How do you do?
I do. This is our daughter, Sally.
Hello.
Oh, you've arrived, have you? What's become of your young man?
That's what we'd like to know.
He'll be along later, Mrs. Austin.
I hope he does. I'll have to charge for the room, you know, in any
Well,
case. I
no,
can't
you have
help
to be
it.
very strict about that.
What?
I said I don't think he'll leave us flat.
Your room's ready, I'll take you up. And yours won't be long. Soon to get to know one another. We're all friends at Seaview. 2 minutes sea. Why couldn't that chap of yours let me know? He could have sent me a telegram.
Turned out nice again, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
Yes, it has.
Yes.
That's right. You been here before, have you?
No, we haven't.
We haven't now.
No. Silly question, really.
Was it?
I mean to say, once bitten, twice shy.
Oh, yes, of course. Do I?
Of course, you don't have to stop in, you know. You can always go out, providing weather keeps up, which it won't.
Oh, I don't want to contradict you, Mr.
Pearson.
But we're in for a fine week. According to the forecast, we'll have an anticyclone.
Yeah, Henry.
That doesn't surprise me. It's always horrible when we come away.
Oh, you don't understand, Mrs.
Pearson.
Mrs. Pearson. An anticyclone means plenty of sun and good weather.
Who gave it all those promises then?
The Air Ministry roof.
The Air Ministry roof. What you talking about?
The biggest weather station in the country. They gave me their strict assurance it'll be a good August. I'll tell you something else. I haven't had a drop of rain there since early spring.
Where?
The Air Ministry roof in London.
London? If you're daft enough to believe everything they tell you down
But
there.
they're most reliable.
Don't tell me about that place. I went there on a day trip once. Never again.
Still, there won't be any rain.
Let's hope you're right. I'll tell you one thing. One good thunderstorm and we've had it. Wait till you see them ceilings upstairs.
I suppose we must be grateful for anything at this time of year.
Particularly since our coming here at all was a mistake.
Oh, you found that out already, have you?
I mean, we booked up elsewhere, at the Trocadero, but somehow I got the dates mixed up and booked up for next week instead.
The Trocadero.
That big hotel down on front?
That's right.
Man was quite snappy when we turned up there.
So we came straight on here. Couldn't very well go home again, could we?
I don't know, it might have been a wise choice.
Oh no, you see, we've only just got...
Henry!
Got what?
Got the 1 week off. Oh no, you see, we've only just got...
Henry!
Got what?
Oh, no, back to the first one. Yes, no, to that one. The first one. The first, only just got what? If I go on.
No, have another one that says that.
What is it then? Only just...
You went wrong where Will said about...
Sit on notice. Tony Brompton.
Yeah.
Got the star part. Do a little comic.
No. And I said, yeah, Mr. Roof. And he said, what? And I said, yeah, we got the first
You
lesson.
went all right after
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
You missed a big chunk out at the beginning.
You'd already missed your bit out there. Are you
I
carrying
don't.
on or not?
Yes.
Well, go on then.
Got the 1 week off and then I'm due back at work. It's most disappointing, really. I wanted everything to be just right for my wife. You see, this is the first honeymoon we've ever been on together, and
Henry!
Honeymoon?
You don't mean to say you're only just married?
oh no, ever since 11 o'clock this morning.
Congratulations, young man.
Congratulations, dear. Don't worry, you'll soon get used to it.
Aye, so will you.
I hope so. You can see now why I was so keen, can't you?
Keen on what?
The weather, because of the honeymoon.
What's weather got to do with it?
Now then, Wilf, that's enough of that. These people must want to be left alone. I bet they've got a lot to talk about.
Not at all. Hey, I'll see you. How about having a drink tonight to celebrate?
Wilfred, don't you realise this is their wedding night?
What's wrong with having a drink on your wedding night? I remember the night I got married.
Aye, so do I. Try to be a bit more considerate this time.
Enough said. Ah well, love's young dream. Well, you soon get used to it and all. Ta-ta for now.
I'm sorry, love.
Never mind, I suppose people have got to know sometime.
I didn't mean that.
What did you mean,
This place.
Henry? As if it makes any difference.
If your father could see us now, he wouldn't half have a laugh on me. He's right, you know. I'm not good enough for you. On top of everything else, I'm proper gormless.
Don't be so soft, we all make mistakes sometimes.
Yes, but I make a habit of them. You gave up a heck of a lot to marry me.
Such as what?
A good job for one thing. All things considered, I'm a pretty poor swap.
That's for me to decide.
Well, look at me.
What's wrong with you?
Clerk in a travel agency, and look at you, telephonist at the town hall. There's no comparison.
We've been all through this before. You won't always be a clerk. Look ahead, Henry. What do you think you'll be 30 years from now?
Chief clerk with a bit of luck.
Better than that. With me behind to push, you'll be right up at the top.
Here, do you think so?
I wouldn't have married you otherwise. Mark my words, Henry. You're going to end up owning that travel agency.
Do you really think so? What a thought.
With me behind, you'll be riding about in a Rolls Royce.
Oh no, love, you won't be behind pushing. You'll be up front with me.
Henry, when you're a big success, you'll never refuse our daughter anything, will you?
Oh no, I couldn't. I just couldn't.
Why
'Cause our daughter's going to be a son. 3 sons. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, Henry.
Got to have somebody to leave the business to.
Yes, darling. Henry.
That's me. No, somebody might come in. I'll say one thing for this place, though. It's nice and quiet. Too far from the front to be noisy, I suppose.
Your room's ready for you now. Here's Florrie to take you up. Make yourselves at home.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Florrie.
I'm Henry. I mean Mr. Pepper, and this is my wife.
How'd you do? Mrs. Austin's told me all about you too.
Oh, really?
I say, newlyweds, isn't that right?
Yes.
I know, and isn't it a scream?
If you don't mind, we'd like to go upstairs.
Of course you would. Oh, am I saying?
To see our room.
Ever so sorry, ever so. Where's your bag?
In the hall. I'll get them.
No, leave it to me, sir. I'll fetch 'em. You save your strength. Oh dear.
Look here, young woman.
Excuse me, there's the telephone. LOC, do 2 minutes from the sea. Miss Pearson, hang on a minute. Miss Pearson! Telephone! Thank you. Okey-doke, already.
Do you always do that when the phone rings?
Do what?
Yell upstairs like a maniac.
Not always, no. If I'm busy, I just say, sorry, wrong number, and put the phone down.
Excuse me. Hello?
Ted! Ted, darling, thank goodness.
Do you mind?
Sorry. He had such a lovely voice. Come on then, you two, this way to the bridal chamber.
Hello, Ted. Where are you? Cam? You mean you haven't left yet? Why not? Jankers? Oh no, not again. What for this time? Well, you should know better than to speak like that to a sergeant. 7 days? Well, of course I'm angry. Been building up to this holiday for weeks and now you've ruined everything. What? All right. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'm reconsidering now. All right, Ted, you should have your ring back. Today. This minute. I'll post it to you. Ted? Did you hear what I said? I said I'd post it to you. Haven't you got anything to say? Well, of course I'll register it. Oh.
Sorry, didn't mean to intrude. I came in to see if there was any mail.
Oh, it's all right.
Have one?
I don't usually.
Oh, they won't bite you.
Thank you.
You're Miss Pearson, aren't you?
How do you know my name?
Oh, I'm Tony Brett. I live here. If you can call it a living. Oh, you can do better than that.
Sorry, I'm not in a very good mood, I'm afraid.
No, I know. I couldn't help overhearing. Still, you won't be downhearted long. Nobody is in this town.
How's that?
Oh, there's too much going on. There's dancing, skating, stage shows, cinemas. We even boast a water carnival and a beauty competition once a week. Hey, you'd be a natural for that.
For what?
The beauty competition. There's an entry every day, and we hold finals on Friday afternoons. You'd be a cinch.
I've never done anything of that sort.
Now's the time to start. All you need is a swimsuit. Don't tell me you didn't bring a swimsuit.
Of course I did.
Look, I'm going out and I'll get some leaflets for you. What do you say?
Well, it's very kind
There's
of
no
you.
harm in reading a leaflet.
I'll think about it.
Swell.
My cigarette's gone out.
Oh, here.
Tea time?
Look, I'm going downtown now. Why not come and have some tea with me?
Well, they'll be expecting me here.
Warm water and stale Madeira cake. It never varies. How about it? He'd say no.
I'll get my coat.
Oh, Florrie. Miss Pearson and I are going out for tea.
You didn't waste much time, did you?
I don't know what you mean. Don't you want me to make the visitors welcome?
Oh, sure, but not too welcome.
Good afternoon. That was a tea gong, wasn't it?
Bet your life.
You must be Mr. Brett. I'm Mr. Pepper. And this is my wife, Miss Hemingway.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I mean Mrs. Pepper.
Hello there.
All ready?
Fine. So long, everybody.
Afternoon, Mr. Brett.
Florrie, do your eyes bother you?
Hello, Mr. Brett.
Well, they bother me.
Darling, words and more.
What about a nice cup of tea?
It's on its way. Kettle's boiling and Mrs. Austin's measuring now. Now you come and sit down and make yourself comfy. There, I'll fetch another cushion. That's better. Now you just take it easy and I'll go and fetch the pot.
Well, really?
No, my love, she was only being considerate.
I'll provide all the consideration you need.
Here, Daphne, you're not jealous, are you?
Never you mind.
Well, fancy you being jealous of me.
Can't help my feelings.
Come on, give us a kiss.
Not just now, if you don't mind.
Oh, Daff,
Well,
you sport.
all right if you must, but only one. And on the cheek.
That's it again, are you?
Wilfred, that was the tea gong, wasn't it?
I think so, yes.
About time and all. Well, young fella, it looks like that fella yours were right.
What, pal?
That chap who sits on our ministry roof.
What did I tell you? Hadn't somebody better answer it?
You will.
Not me. I know who it is.
Hello? Oh, hello, Mother. Mother, you haven't. I warned you about that top switch. You'll have to mend it, dear, won't you? Mend it! I don't know. Wilf, where's the fuse wire?
Toolbox.
In the toolbox, dear. Where's the toolbox?
Well, it's always been in shed.
In the shed, dear. In the shed! Look, go next door and get Mr. Armitage. All right. Bye-bye. The electric fire. She's fused every light in the house.
Poor old Mr. Armitage.
It's my mother, you know. She's not much good at mending things.
What is she any good
I'm
at?
sorry I shouted, but what did you say?
Ah, the cup that she is. Put it down there, lass. Now then, I wonder where our cell's got to.
She wasn't in her room.
Miss Pearson will be helped to tea.
No, that's
She
funny.
doesn't usually go off on her own.
Oh, she wasn't allowed.
What's that?
Blimey, I forgot the cake.
I don't like the sound of that, Wilf.
Never mind, love. He will sort it out later on. Now then, who's going to be mother?
I'll do it.
Hang on, she's forgotten to put tea in as well.
It does seem a bit weak.
Weak, it's got one foot in grave.
Never mind, it's warm and it's wet.
The cake.
The what?
Nice Madeira, fresh cut.
What did she cut it with? A bacon slicer?
Oh, Mr. Pearson.
Come on, Ethel. I'm going to take you out for a nice plate of fish and chips. And if we hurry on, we'll get started on your sunburn.
Now, Mrs. Austin will be offended.
I don't give a damn if she's heartbroken. You got your sunglasses? Put them on, love. Ups a daisy now. Come on, off we go. Hang on. Here it comes. Ethel,
What?
I've been thinking.
What about?
There's only one place you can rely on for the weather, and that's where we're going next year for a nice sunny week in August.
Where's that, Will?
The Ruddy Air Ministry Room! It is. Oh.
on my carpet. Disgusting. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Still at it.
I never stop. Cleaning and dusting, dusting and cleaning. My life's a misery. Message for you.
What is it, Will?
Hands are poorly.
Annabelle and Trixie?
It's a wonder that telephone isn't worn out. It hasn't stopped ringing since the day you arrived.
Ethel, I've thought up a new motto for Mrs. Austin.
What's that, Will?
Stand by to repel borders.
Are you going to ring up about Annabelle and Trixie?
Storm in a teacup. Chickens get sentimental sometimes. They're pining for me, I shouldn't wonder.
Well, I couldn't face talking to Mother after that boat trip this afternoon. Oh, up and down, turn round again, then up and down. Never again. Oh, my inside. And there's no pleasure, no.
Trip round the bay and back in time for tea. Trouble is, when you get back, you don't want any tea.
And there's no pleasure lying on the beach when it's as hot as this. People lying about in lumps, all guzzling ice cream. I don't know where they all come from, I'm sure.
It's Bradford holiday time, you see, love, and I believe they're having a wakes week of back-up.
Pardon, dear.
Bake-up.
Sorry, dear. I thought you had a touch of wind.
Now what you doing?
Knitting.
On holiday? Why?
It gives me something to think about while I'm talking.
We should have done what Hassel asked and got to that competition.
Oh, no, we shouldn't. I don't hold with people displaying themselves. And as for people displaying themselves in bathing costumes, I think it's downright wicked.
It all depends on what you got to display, doesn't it?
What Mother would say, I just don't know.
Nothing.
Oh, wouldn't she?
No, your mother stopped thinking before the First World War.
My mother belonged to an age.
All right, I was only having a bit of fun.
Well, I'd like to know what she's been up to. Our Sal's been a different lass since she entered that competition.
Aye, she's a bit restless, I admit, but I don't think it's that. I think it's his spot her mother with Ted.
That's what you say. But I'd like to know what she's been up to.
Steady on, Ethel. Our Sal's a good lass.
Then what was she doing on the end of the pier all yesterday afternoon with that actor?
Tony Brett. She's come away to enjoy herself, ain't she?
Been enjoying herself a bit too much in that direction, if you ask me.
She's only showing her independence.
Well, she needn't show it to Tony Brett. Actors, indeed.
He's not an actor. He's a dancer.
Theatricals are all alike. I wouldn't trust them further than I could throw them. I haven't forgotten what happened to Mabel Cummings.
Aye, of course.
There you are,
Mabel
then.
Cummings. Ethel,
What?
what did happen to Mabel Cummings?
You know very well. I think it's time you had a serious talk with our Sally.
What about?
Actors.
Come off it, Ethel. You're making a mountain out of a molehill.
Time alone will tell.
Aye, as usual.
Now what are you doing?
Taking my shoe off. Any objection?
You're not at home now, Will.
All right, I'll put it back on again in a minute. Yeah, that's better. That's been killing me all afternoon. that
Look
has.
at the carpet. What will Mrs. Austin say?
You just let Mrs. Austin say one word. That's all, just one word. And, oh, hello, Mrs. Austin.
I've said hello once. What's that on my carpet?
It looks like sand.
I can see that. How did it get there?
It must have fallen out of my shoe.
When you weren't looking, I suppose. Disgusting. I'll thank you to be a bit more tidy in your personal habits. Is it you that's been throwing wet towels all around my bathroom?
It's not me, I can't get in your bathroom.
My home's gone to rack and ruin thanks to the visitors. My front steps are a disgrace.
Ah, your back porch isn't up to much either.
I beg your pardon?
Could I have a bath tonight, Mrs. Austin?
A bath? You had one for Sunday.
But tonight's Wednesday.
Be extra, you know.
I know. Paid in advance.
Give me a reminder to open up the boiler about 9 o'clock. And I hope you realise too much hot water saps your vitality.
After 4 days on her food, that'll take some doing. Bread and butter pudding.
I'll be poorly if we see it again tomorrow.
4 days running, it's more than the flesh and blood can stand.
The Peppers don't eat it well.
I know. I kept wondering why he brought 2 newspapers into dinner every day. Till I caught him wrapping it up when a back were turned.
That Mr. Pepper isn't as silly as he looks.
He couldn't be.
Hello.
Hello, Sal.
You didn't come down to the pier then?
No, your mum fancied a breath of sea air, so we went for a sail on the saucy soup.
Up and down, oh, never again.
Hey, how'd you get on?
I won.
First prize!
No, but I'm in the finals on Friday.
Hey, Sal, that's jam.
You don't seem very thrilled, Mother.
I'm not.
You will be when I win all that money. Tony says I can't fail.
Tony?
Your father's been waiting to have a little chat with you.
What about?
You'll find out.
Ethel, you don't think?
Now then, Wilfred, we agreed.
I haven't agreed.
No, but I have. And Wilfred, remember Mabel Cummings.
What is it, Dad?
Well, Sal, your mother seems to think... hey, you have a nice afternoon?
I told you.
I mean, before contest. You went ashore, didn't you? Enjoy the matinee?
Tony and Pat were wonderful.
Aye, they're a grand young couple. Are they going steady by any chance?
No, of course not. It's just a business arrangement. Tony's had lots of partners.
Aye, I'll bet.
That's what you want to talk about, isn't it? Tony.
Well, as a matter of fact, yes it is.
Go on then. Talk about him.
Well, look here, Sal, you've been away on holiday before, haven't you?
Lots of times.
And you've never gone short of boyfriends? Before you got engaged, that is. And when the holiday were over, so were the romances. That's the way of the world of the seaside. I remember when I were a young lad once. I went to Cleethorpes, and there were this young lass in charge of bathing machines. Aye, well, that's quite another story.
What are you trying to say, Dad?
Only this, when you meet a chap in a place like this, there's not much point in getting serious, is there?
That depends.
That's what your mother's worried about. Now, there's no going on between you and this chap, is there? Because if there is...
If there is, it's my affair. I'm over 21.
Aye, all right, so.
It's not as if I had any ties.
What about Ted?
Ted Lewis. That's all over.
For keeps?
I sent his ring back.
I know, but that doesn't always mean...
It does this time. He didn't even bother to acknowledge it. If he only had written, well, I might have reconsidered.
He did right.
Ted wrote to you?
Aye, he sent the money for his room and said he was sorry for letting us down.
Did he mention me?
You sent his love.
Is that all?
Oh, Sally? Come here, Sal. You know, it's not all beer and skittles in the army. I know, I've had some. And when you're a long way from home, you get a bit fed up, a bit touchy-like. Somebody says a wrong word and you get up in a crack. You're sorry about it later on, but if you're a bit proud, you don't like to rush in and admit you're in the wrong. That's only human nature.
If Ted Lewis thinks I'll give in to him, he's got another thing coming.
Pride brings a lot of mistakes sometimes, on both sides.
He's let me down. Now I've got other things to think about.
Such as Tony Brett.
Why not?
You mean to tell me it's for a grand lad like Ted Lewis for this day guy you've been knocking about with?
Dad!
I don't care, Sally. You don't seem to realise.
I realise this. I'm old enough to handle my own affairs. There's Tony now. I promised we'd go swimming this afternoon and I have to get my things. So if you've quite finished...
Aye, lass. I've done.
Dad?
Yes, Sal.
Nothing.
Collington 1517.
Sally! Oh, hello, Mr. Pierce.
She'll be down in a minute.
Sorry, I don't want to intrude.
It's all right. Okay.
Well, I guess you heard the good news about Sally and the contest.
Aye, it was her.
Well, you don't sound too impressed.
It's all right with me. The mother isn't keen.
How come?
Well, Ethel doesn't like a lot of fuss. She thinks it might upset Sally, make her discontented.
Was that bad?
Well, what do you think, Mr. Brett?
Seems a little old-fashioned.
Aye, well, we're an old-fashioned couple, Ethel and me.
And Sally?
And Sally goes her own way.
I don't see what's wrong with a little discontent. Without it, there wouldn't be any progress.
Who wants progress? Seems to me it does more harm than good. We're ordinary working class folk, jogging along in our own little tin pot way. We've always been happy with things as they are. People like that don't like change. They don't trust it.
That jogging along might get pretty dull for a girl of Sally's age.
If she didn't have something else to think about. So now she's had Ted.
Well, Ted Lewis?
Aye, they're going to get married, you know. As soon as he gets him up, but Ted wanted it beforehand, but Sally said wait.
I thought it was all off.
Aye, they've had a little disagreement, but it'll soon blow over.
Surely, Mr. Pearson, Sally can do better than that.
Better, Mr. Brett, in what way?
Well, he's only a common soldier. She'd be wasted on a guy like Ted.
You ever been in the forces, Mr. Brett?
No, I'm Canadian. Only came across 5 years ago.
Well, I seem to remember. We had a lot of your chaps over here at one time. All in uniform.
Don't get me wrong, Mr. Pearson. I just think Sally
Sally
can
will get what she deserves in the long run. We all do.
Already?
Fine, let's go.
Anything wrong?
It's all right, Sally. Everything's all right. Me and Mr. Brett are just discussing the military situation. We'll have a nice swim. We'll think on what I told you. Don't get out of your depth. That's all.
Come on, Sally.
Just a minute. What were you two talking about?
Ah, that soldier hero boyfriend of yours.
I see. Dad's very fond of Ted. We grew up together. It's always been taken for granted that we'd get married someday.
Maybe you should. Lots of people do.
I wish I'd let me make up my own mind. I'm always being told what to do at home and at the office. I'm fed up.
By the way, what sort of job do you do?
Shorthand typist, and I'd do anything to get away from it.
None of my business, but have you ever thought of taking up modelling?
I wouldn't know where to start.
Well, you could travel to London, pay for training, live on your bank book for a while.
You haven't seen my bank book.
That's tough. Still, if you won the beauty competition, you'd have more than enough.
If. Come on, we're just dreaming.
That's the way it all begins, Sally. With a daydream. That's the way I cut loose hope in Canada. On a daydream and $15.
If I thought I could...
Why, sure you could. Oh, of course, Ted wouldn't approve.
What's he got to do with it?
You were thinking of him.
Yes. Wondering if I'll ever post this. I wrote it 2 days ago.
Giving in?
I ought to tear it up.
Just can't decide, can you? Let me do it for you.
Tony!
Don't look back, Sally. Look straight ahead. That's where the future lies, and it's only the future that counts.
But Daphne...
Don't speak to me.
Oh, heck. Oh, heck. I didn't know there was anybody here.
We're just leaving.
Have a nice time at the pleasure beach?
Marvellous, thanks.
Huh!
Where'd you get this?
I rang the bell at the Tower of Strength.
Congratulations!
Bye now.
So long, everybody.
Ta-ta.
Another thing, you're smoking too much.
I don't care.
How many's that since breakfast?
3, and I don't give a damn.
Mummy said I'd find out your vices one by one.
Oh, and what else have you discovered?
Need you ask?
If you mean that girl in the Hall of Mirrors...
Girl, she was middle-aged, 30 shillings a day. Can't be left alone a single second.
She was only asking the way to the cafeteria.
That's your story. You were smiling all over your face at her.
What do you expect me to do? Bare my teeth and growl?
Why did she rush off like a criminal the moment I appeared?
Perhaps she didn't like the look you gave her.
Huh!
And to tell you the truth,
Well...
I didn't think much of it myself either.
Oh, so you don't like the way I look now?
I didn't say that.
You hinted, that's enough. Understand this, Henry Pepper. I won't have you carrying on with fast women.
I'm not.
You're too attractive, that's the trouble.
Attractive? Me?
Of course, women always fall for a man who's a bit backward. Sometimes, when you're just standing about, not doing anything, just standing, you look so lost and helpless.
And that's the way I feel sometimes.
So you don't feel like there are strange women about?
Once and for all, I'm not...
Don't you shout at me, Mr. Pepper.
I'm not shouting, and I'm not carrying on with fast women. And even if I were...
Oh, so you admit you'd like
I
to?
didn't say that. Oh, hang it, Daff, I can't talk to you when you're like this.
You've no need. I'll go upstairs. I've only one thing more to say. I've always got a good home to go back to.
Just a minute, Daphne.
What is it?
You'll need a shilling for the gas fire.
Oh!
I see it started.
What?
Domestic bliss.
We've had a slight misunderstanding. Daphne's rather jealous, I'm afraid.
Jealousy, you?
Aye.
There's no accounting for taste.
It's our first quarrel and she's been so unreasonable.
All women are, it's born in them.
Is even talking about going home to mother?
No, Henry, you mustn't allow that. You've no idea what trouble that can cause.
Perhaps I'd better go up and apologise.
Apologise? Sit down a minute, lad. You're that upset you don't know what you're saying. I apologise the day I got married. Aye, I've been apologising ever since.
But Mr. Pearson...
Look, sit down and pay attention. Now look, lad, I'm going to tell you all about women. The female of the species. Now, I don't have to start at the beginning, do I? I mean to say, I'm taking it for granted you've got the basic knowledge of the rudimentals. Well, you have, haven't you?
I don't know what you mean.
The birds and bees.
The birds and the bees?
Ah, you know.
What have they got to do with it?
Didn't your father tell you anything?
Yes.
What?
Never get married.
Wise man. But now you've done it, lad. Cross the Rubicon. Now you've got to stand up and make the best of it. Not yet, sit down.
What's all this about birds and the bees?
I'm coming to that. Now, Henry, when we're very young, we get some very peculiar ideas about the opposite sex. We intend to stand them on a pedestal. Later on, however, we discover that all that glitters is not gold.
Don't see where that fits in.
You will in a minute. Now, the older we grow, Henry, the more we realise. Never judge the contents by the label on the tin. You follow me?
No.
You will in a minute. Now, finally, and after the wedding, as a rule, we learn the greatest truth of all, that the female of the species is deadlier than the male. Now, concentrate on that, lad, and let it sink in, because that applies throughout all creation.
Is that where they come in?
Who?
The birds and the bees.
Your manner of speaking.
Well, go on, tell us about them.
I don't quite know where to start.
Start with the birds.
I'd better not.
Okay, then the bees.
What?
The bees.
Aye, well, Henry, we can pick up a lot from the insect world.
Yes, a heck of a lot. Like ants and spiders.
Not forgetting moths and butterflies and daddy long-legs.
Give me a for instance.
Certainly. Well,
spiders.
Spiders.
What can we learn from spiders?
All right, give me time to think. Spiders. Ah, now, Henry, take the case of the black widow spider. Now you know all about her, I suppose.
No.
Oh, am I to know? Well, the black widow spider, Henry, is a female of the sort.
Aye, she wouldn't be being a widow.
Don't be so clever. Now, Henry, there she is, a spinster.
I thought you said she was a widow.
Will you stop interrupting? God, oh. Here. Look, picture yourself, if you can, a spider, sunning herself on a rhubarb leaf. Now along comes another spider, masculine this time. There you got it, feminine, masculine.
Go on, what happens?
Well, she takes one look, likes what she sees, gives him the old glad eye, and once he's in the web, then what happens?
I don't know, it's your spider.
Well, as soon as he's served his purpose and she's made an honest spider of him, she creeps up behind him, bites his head off, and has him for supper.
Is that a fact?
Look it up in the encyclopedia. Children's encyclopedia.
Well, you live and learn, don't you? But what's that got to do with me and Dad?
Don't you see? If that spider had any sense at all, the minute he'd have stepped into that web, he'd have put his foot down.
All 8 of them?
All 8 of them. You're taking your sins.
Of course.
Right, now that spider's typical of all women. If we don't show them where we stand, we've had it. Now we don't want that happen to you, do we?
No, we don't.
Right, now you've had your quarrel, now you've got your choice. Go upstairs and apologise, like you said, and you'll finish up like that spider, trapped and helpless. But make a stand now, lad, and stick up for your rights, and you'll never look back. Now, which you choose?
Which do you advise?
I'm wasting my blooming time. Get up them stairs and show her who's boss.
Oh, I couldn't be brutal to Daphne.
Brutal, Henry. Have I said anything about being brutal?
No, not exactly. But you did say, get up them stairs and show her who's boss.
I know what I said, Henry. I know what I said. But any man can be firm without being Bastille.
Oh no, I couldn't be that. Not Bastille. No. What does it mean?
Forget it, Henry. Forget I ever mentioned it. Just go up there and put your foot down with a firm hand.
All right, I'll have a go. But where do I start?
Here. I'll show you be numbers. You take her in your arms, you tell her who's top dog and she agrees, and then you squeeze her gently, but firmly, and then...
What then?
Use your common sense.
Mr. Pearson, I think I've got it.
Never.
That's right. Gently but firmly, that's the secret.
That's the way. Let me show you got it clear.
Clear as a bell. There's just one thing I don't quite understand.
What's that, lad?
What's it got to do with all them birds and the bees?
Oh.
I thought the wireless wasn't allowed on after 10 o'clock at night.
Mrs. Austin's out, and what the eye don't see, the heart won't breathe about.
Oh, where is she?
Spiritualist meeting down by the town hall. Every Friday night she's down there, regular as clockwork, trying to tune into the late Mr. Austin. Though why she should think he'll turn up again back at the town hall beats me. Ever seen his photograph?
No.
Horrible.
Don't be disrespectful.
Can't help it. It's this story I've been reading. It's ever so sad.
What's it called?
Love Lies Bleeding.
My goodness.
It's taken from life. All these stories are. That's why it's called True Life Romances. I get it every Thursday. On Friday night, I'm heartbroken. The things that happen. Take this girl, for instance. She's been marooned 10 years on a desert island. Nothing to eat but cockles of coconuts. Then she's picked up by a schooner.
What?
Schooner, there's the picture.
schooner.
Whatever it is, it brings her home to rejoin the man she loves.
And all ends happily.
Not blooming likely, he's married somebody else. There he is now, with an unfaithful wife in East Ham. Both his kids have got rickets and his poor old mum's going off her rocker.
I'm not surprised.
Then Leona pops up. That's the girl in the story. I've just got to the part where they meet in the daffodil garden, so cute. Mad for his caresses she is.
She would be after all that time.
But Terence is torn between love and duty. He turns from her. Same as it might be, yeah.
No, Florrie.
She pursues him, crazed with savage passion. I love you, don't you understand? I've done without you all these years. Don't spare me now. Not after all we've been to each other. Henry!
Daphne!
Oh!
Bluebeard! Oh, how could you? Saying all those things to me upstairs, then coming down to practice on the maid.
Miss Daphne, you've got it all wrong.
I'll never speak to you again. Tomorrow I'm going straight back home to Mummy.
But Daphne! Florrie! Daphne, me love! What the dickens? Sorry, exercises.
Oh, I must sit down. We had to stand in the bus all the way from the Pier Pavilion.
I thought you told me that was a good show.
We enjoyed it.
5 bob for that. Here, proper Swiss.
Them chorus girls give me a pain. And why wasn't Tony Brett in the show?
Must be another.
Probably out drinking at the casino. I said all along we should have gone to the pictures.
Never get in. Queue's a mile long.
If you'll excuse me, I think I'll say nighty-night.
What's the trouble, lad? You look a bit off colour.
It's nothing. Nighty-night.
Sleep tight.
Married life doesn't agree with that, lad.
No, and I know why. Been bossing his wife about. And ill-treating her.
Has he really, love? You never thought he'd have it in him, would you?
She told me all about it. They'd been on tender hooks ever since they came away. No home to go back to. See, her father's a builder, and he'd always promised her a bungalow when she got wed. But when she went and picked on Mr. Pepper, he went and changed his mind. But she defied him. You can't tell young ones what to do today, and that's a fact.
No, but sometimes they know best. Look at our Sal. You didn't want her to go in for that competition, but she won 100 quid.
No good will come of it.
Aye, so you keep saying. That's what led up to this row this afternoon.
I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to bed. You coming?
No, you go first. You know there isn't room for 2 of us to get undressed at once.
All right, but don't be long.
Record floods in Lancashire. Worst summer for 50 years.
I'm sorry, Mr. I lost me nerve. Oh, it isn't Mr.
No, love, it's Mr. Pearson.
Got your message, have you?
What message?
Over there in the rack. It's been there all evening.
Aye, well, we've been out since tea time.
Not bad news, I hope.
Give us a chance, I haven't opened it yet. Well, I'll be blowed.
Can I be of any help?
Aye, nip into the kitchen and put the kettle on and make a pot of tea. Stronger the better.
Mrs. Austin would never allow it.
Blow, Mrs. Austin, this is an emergency. Here.
Emergency, that's different.
Will? Will? I just went into Alice Nanny's room to patch things up. She isn't there.
Oh no.
And that little bag of hers, the one with the zip fastener, it's disappeared with all her overnight things.
She's gone away, Ethel.
But she wouldn't go home without telling us.
She's not gone home. She's gone away with Tony Brett.
What?
You better have a look at that.
Oh, the villain! Well, don't just stand there. What are you going to do?
What can I do? She's over 21.
Your own flesh and blood runs off to get married, and all you do is dither.
I'm not dithering. Anyway, she didn't say anything about getting married.
Oh.
Just that she's gone away and she'll keep in touch.
Hey, what will the neighbours say?
The neighbours are 100 miles away.
I'll never hold my head up again. What are we going to do?
Tell you what, you go to bed. I'll bring you up a cup of tea.
We should have known. We were warned. Look what that fortune teller said 10 years ago at Pontypridd.
Florrie!
Yes, Mr. Pearson?
Hurry up, lass!
I've got one pair of hands.
Hold on, Miss Marlowe.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Pearson.
Can you spare a minute?
Sorry, I'm looking for Tony.
That's what it's about. Here, you better have a look at that. Well, Miss Marlowe,
What do you expect me to say?
I suppose you had no idea.
Well, I knew they'd been seeing a lot of each other, but nothing like this.
When did you see him last?
He came to the theatre at 6 o'clock for his salary. I thought he seemed strange. I tried to get him to talk to me, but all he said was that he had to go out again before the show.
Aye, we wondered why he wasn't in the concert.
Oh,
Miss Marlowe, sit
I'm
down
sorry.
a minute, love.
I'll be all right in a minute.
I'll try and get you a drink.
No, thank you. I'm quite all right.
It was my fault. I broke it to you a bit sudden like. Do you mind if I ask you something rather personal?
No, what is it?
Well, I've been given to understand that your partnership with him were purely a business arrangement.
It's true I'm only part of the act.
It seems to me it meant a little bit more than that to you.
I'm in love with Tony Brett, if that's what you mean.
I thought as much, but
But he doesn't feel the same about me.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's the way it goes sometimes,
Oh, it's not as simple as that.
isn't it?
No. You see, not only am I in love with Tony, I'm married to him.
Married?
5 years ago, we met in the chorus and married within a month.
But you've each got a room at your own at this place.
It's been like that for some time now, long before we came here. It was all right at the beginning. He loved me once, I think, when we first struck out on our own. We thought we could see our name up in lights, but it didn't work out that way. You have to have luck in the theatre, Mr. Pearson. Lots of luck. We didn't have any. Most people don't, of course. But if they have faith, they keep on trying. Well, somehow, somewhere, Tony lost that faith. And soon after, I lost him.
Now we know where we stand at any rate.
What are you going to do?
Phone the police.
Shouldn't I do that?
No, I'll tell you what. You go up to your room and I'll give you a shout if you want it.
Thank you.
Hello? Exchange? Give me police. Hello? Police? My name is Pearson and... Hold the line a minute, please. What do you want?
Come down to write a few postcards to me friends.
At this hour at night?
Why not?
On your honeymoon? I give up. I am still here. Look, my name is Pearson.
Mr. Pearson, can you give me a word?
I'm busy! I know you are, Constable. Look, my name is Pearson.
Wilfred!
Have a tick, Ethel!
Mr. Pearson.
Will you shut up? Not you, officer. Look, my name is Pearson.
You're coming up and I'm coming down.
Will you give us half a minute? Aye, if you can send the man round, please. 16 Bulstrode Avenue. You what? What's my name? Pearson!
Do you know what that girl's been telling me?
I can guess.
He's married, the knave. Let me get to that.
What for?
To get a Bobby a
You
call.
needn't bother. Here there, come in.
I've never heard anything like it in all my
Lorraine!
life. Never.
Sit down, Ethel, relax and try and have a cup of tea.
Relax, copper, at a time like this. Oh, the rapscallion. I'll have him up. I'll have him jailed. I'll have him handcuffed.
You'll have a cup of tea first. It cost me $50.
Oh, no sugar.
Sorry. Sugar.
If she could have married him, I wouldn't have cared. But look at her now. She's a scarlet woman.
Save it, Ethel. Save it for police.
What's that you say, the police?
Aye, they're paying us a social call.
I'd like a word with them if you don't mind.
Look, wait till we've done, young man. We've got to fix up a wedding.
Have you? I've got to fix up a separation.
Here we are, Mary and Rob.
You speak for yourself.
Put a spoonful in there for me, will you, love? My hand's shaking like a leaf. I scraped and slaved for that girl. Worked my fingers to the bone. This is what a secondary education does.
Oh.
There's the phone.
We know where it is. Hold on, Ethel.
Hello? Yes? Never mind.
Is that all you got to say? Never mind.
That was Mother. Annabelle and Trixie passed away quite quietly after tea.
Oh, madam, what a shame. I never knew you had 3 daughters.
Annabelle and Trixie? Daughters? Oh!
Hang on, I've seen this before. Sherry Skerritt, tonight we got married. Get a glass of water, quick. Hold on a few more. Everything got to be alright.
All right, it says everything will be alright.
Laurie! What you place with that? What the heck do you think you're doing?
Trying to help.
You turned it off and assault bastard!
Here, I've had a cup of tea.
But Mr.
Will
Pearson...
you shut up and get back to your postcards?
I've been poisoned! Fetch your doctor! Oh, I'm gonna get through this night alive! I won't
Shut up! And you!
Don't you talk to me like that, Will Pearson!
You wasn't a pack of school kids screaming and shouting, play
I'll shout all I want to. I've got plenty to shout about, I have.
Go on then. Here. Tell the whole street.
Now listen to me, Will Pearson. I won't have you talking to me like that. Do you hear? I will not have it.
You get more like your mother every day.
Don't you drag my mother into this. A finer woman never trod this earth. My mother never did anything wrong. Never. No, never in all her life.
Only once.
When was that?
The day she married your father.
Oh, the insults. Look at
Hang on, we've had enough of that now. I'll give it to you.
You've been a clunk, somebody.
Oh, see, start.
Hadn't you better go out and apologise?
Apologise? Why me? She started.
Oh, the lies! Yes. Oh, the minute! I'll have you all locked up. Oh!
Saturday morning in August. All over England now, people are catching trains, packing bags. Been looking forward for this for 12 whole months. Waving goodbye at the station, handing comics out to the kids, wondering if they brought enough sandwiches. All looking forward to a nice quiet holiday by the sea. Yeah, good luck to them.
Some of them enjoy it.
Aye, some.
So should we if things had been different. If Ted had turned up like he promised, none of this would have happened.
Don't blame Ted. It's our sellers let us down. If any man had told me my own daughter could do a trick like that, I think I'd have knocked him down.
We're getting old, Wilf, that's what it is. Things have changed since we were Sally's age.
I suppose you're right.
Excuse me. I'm not very welcome up aloft. Think it'll be alright if we get changed in there?
Certainly. We'll see you're not disturbed.
Ah.
Mind, I don't know where Florrie is.
She's upstairs making beds. That's another reason why I came down.
How do you mean?
She took one look at me and burst into tears. I don't know, it's just one damn thing after another.
Hold on, Bethel, I'll get it. Hello? Yes? Oh, it's you. Can't you wait till we get in? We'll be home this afternoon. All right, if you must. But turn the water on before you light the gas. You've got it? Water first, then gas. All right, see you this afternoon. Mother's gonna have a bath.
Wilfred, she shouldn't.
Why not? She needs one now and again.
She'll never manage that geezer by herself.
You heard me give her full instructions.
Yes, but what if she makes a mistake?
What if she does?
You know what'll happen.
I do.
Another thing for us to have to worry about.
I thought I heard the phone.
You did?
Was it about...
No, just my dearly beloved mother-in-law.
Oh.
Don't go, love. Come and sit here with us.
Ah, you'll only get downhearted by yourself.
Thank you.
Wilfred, give the girl a cigarette.
Oh, the last of the Mohicans.
Oh, have one of mine.
Oh, Tom. You know, I smoked a lot during the night with one thing or another.
Oh, Mrs. Pearson.
I don't, dear, thank you.
Well, Miss Marlowe, what have you decided?
Nothing yet.
You won't keep my lass, you know. As soon as I find out where she is, she's coming home where she belongs.
Then he'll come crawling back to you, I suppose. That's what it always does.
Steady on, Ethel.
I want to explain to you about Tony. He's not really bad at heart, just bitter, hard. He should have been a star, but he never made it.
You can still make excuses for him after all he's done to you.
It's not Tony, Mr. Pepper. It's Mr. Pearson. It's this rotten business we're in. It doesn't give you half a chance. It takes everything and leaves nothing but unhappiness and bitterness. Oh, I'm sorry. You just couldn't be expected to understand.
Aye, I think we do all the same.
Wilfred, turn the wireless on. Let's have a bit of music.
Aye. Why not? We're paying for it. What's the time, Ethel?
9:10. Just right for housewife's choice.
High temperatures will continue in the south, but in the northwest of England the weather will be cloudy with occasional heavy showers.
As if we didn't know.
That is the end of the news, but before the next part of our programme, here is a police message. An accident occurred in the early hours of this morning at Roxton, a small village on the Manchester-Stockport Road, when a red sports car, licence number CBC 4901, collided with a stationary goods vehicle, halted on account of bad road conditions in the area. Will anyone who witnessed the incident or can give any information go at once to the nearest police station or telephone Manchester Police, telephone number Manchester Central 1243. This is the end of the police message and...
Miss Marlowe?
What's the matter, love?
Tony's car.
You don't mean?
I must go to the police.
I'm coming with you.
No, you stay with Mrs. Pearson. I'll telephone you. Wolf?
You know, it's a funny thing about them police messages. I've heard a lot in my time, but I've never took much notice. Well, you don't, do you? Not till it happens to you, and then you can't quite grasp it.
What is it, Wilf? What does it mean?
It means we have to be calm and steady and be ready for anything that comes, Ethel.
Sal never meant no harm.
She'll be all right.
It seems different now all of a sudden. I've only been thinking about us and how we've been hurt. I haven't been thinking about her, caring about her even. It's like a judgment.
Where you going?
I'll go upstairs and do the packing.
Hadn't you better stop down here with me?
No, I must keep busy.
Aye, all right. You know best. I'll give you a shout when they... Aye, I'll give you a shout when...
She will come back. Won't she, Will?
Oh, of course.
Otherwise, they'd have let us know, wouldn't they? Wilf, what if she doesn't come back? What if...
Steady on, lass. Steady on.
Hello, Mother.
Sally.
Oh, you're back. Oh, Sally, you're back.
I'm sorry, Mother. I'm sorry.
Where do you think you're being? Come and sit down.
Not now, Wilf.
I want to tell you all about it. I did mean to leave you. Tony said I could be a big success. When I won all that money, after quarrelling with you like that, it seemed like a sort of a sign.
You trusted him, a fellow like that?
No. I knew what it meant, but I didn't care. Or thought I didn't. He was driving through the night and he asked me to go along with him. We stopped for dinner and he said we ought to celebrate and started ordering champagne and getting drunk. All of a sudden I knew I couldn't go along with it. I made an excuse and left. Outside I ran all the way to the station. That's the last I saw of him.
Then you haven't heard about the accident, I mean.
What accident?
His car smashed into a lorry somewhere on Stockport Road.
You don't mean he's...
We don't know, Miss Marlowe's going to find out.
He must have gone on alone. It had an awful lot to drink.
Well, where'd you spend the night?
Well, it was late, and I hadn't much money.
What?
I could only get through to...
What about prize money?
He got it. I never want to see it again. I cried myself to sleep in the waiting room. I've never felt so awful.
Come on, love. Come on upstairs with me. No.
Come in.
Excuse me, Mr. Pearson. Do you see Henry?
In the dining room.
Thank you. He forgot his flannels.
Well, he won't get far without them.
No.
What's up?
I feel nervous. We're not on speaking terms.
I know.
Is he very depressed?
Suicidal. Good job he's on ground floor.
Why?
Well, if it goes out young window, he won't have far to fall.
Poor Henry. Flora's explained everything. I want to ask him to forgive me.
Well, what's stopping you?
Nothing. But I don't like...
Why not?
Looks so silly me going in there and saying, I love you, Henry. Please come back to me. Here's your trousers.
Call me here, lass. Give on me here. I'll put in a good word for you and send him up to your love nest.
Would you, Mr. Pearson, please?
On one condition, mind. No more falling out.
I promise. Oh, I promise.
Go on then, shut that door behind you.
Thanks a lot.
Henry! You forgot these.
Oh, thanks very much. I've been sitting in here wondering what to do. I daresn't come out
Well,
without them.
jump quick, daft, won't you? Hang on, someone's coming. Oh, the morning mail. Anything for me, lass?
No, only one from Mr. Pepper. Any idea where he is?
Ah, he's busy. Give it to you, I'll pass it on. If undelivered, kindly return to J. Hemingway and Sons, building contractors. It must be from his father-in-law. Henry! Better Joe from Daphne's father.
Hello, Deborah. Thanks very much.
Breakfast in bed. Wish I was a rich old landlady instead of just a frustrated skivvy.
How is she this morning?
Mrs. Austin, vicious.
And a black eye.
Going down a bit now. She put £half a steak on it. Tomorrow's dinner.
Hey!
What on earth's that?
Daphne! Daphne!
Hang on, lad. Where's the fire?
Everything's forgiven. Mr. Hemingway has given us a bungalow.
Get away!
It's right. A smart little playboy dash down by the golf links. You wait till I tell my wife. Daphne! Daphne, we're respectable. We got a home.
Hello? Speaking. Oh, Miss Marlowe. Any news yet? Look, Miss Marlowe, we'd all like to know. I hope so. Thanks for letting us know.
How bad is it?
He's still unconscious, but I think he'll pull through.
I'll never forgive myself, Dad. I didn't know he was married. You must believe that.
Your mother told you?
Yes.
Look, Sal, you know, it's not till you lose a thing, or nearly lose it, that you realise how much it means to you.
You mean Tony and Pat?
Aye, and you and Ted.
He'd never want me now.
Are you sure?
After what I've done, a girl like that doesn't deserve Ted Lewis.
No, she doesn't. But you're not like that. You proved it by coming back.
It's too late, Dad.
Aye, it happens, you're right. I wish that chap down there would make up his mind.
What chap?
Down there, you where that pavement out beside him went across. Come and have a look.
Where?
Can you see, look? Down there by the lamppost, that land's corporal.
Ted! Dad, it's Ted. He's seen me. He wants me to go out.
Well, what you waiting for?
You did this. You sent for him.
I telephoned him last night. You see, Sal, I knew you'd come back. Here, look. Here's your railway ticket. I tell you what, you follow on tonight and we'll look after your luggage.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks for everything. I'm coming, Ted. I'm coming.
Oh, aye. And mind you in by midnight. And think on, you owe me 7 and a tenner for that phone call. Oh, do like to be by Seaside. Oh, do like to be by sea. Until the up, pom pom, dee 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 dee. Hello? Taxi? Can you come round right away, please? 16 Bulstrode Avenue. That's right. Sea view, 2 minutes from sea. Well, me, Rustin, middle help, bum, bum.
We're all packed, Sal. Now where's she got to?
Come and have a look. Can you see her walking arm in arm? Hey, love Grandy.
Now then, Will Pearson, that's enough of that. You won't feel so cheeky when you've had a look at this.
Oh, what is it?
The bill.
Oh no, how much we got in kitty?
Just over £20, including that money Ted sent. Here.
What's this? Cruet set, 4 and 6. Does she think I'm loading up here?
Good morning.
The voice of doom. Morning.
It's a good job I came down. I see your bags are in the hall.
You don't think we'd leave without paying, do you?
It's been done before. I know all about you light lids.
I bet you do it all. Now, about this bill.
Well?
Look here. We've paid for all extras on dot. Saunders, £10.
Best rump steak for my eye.
Oh,
What you've charged for room and board for Mr. Lewis, and he never set foot in the house.
The room was booked.
He never had no board.
The meals was here if wanted.
If he could have eaten them.
I beg your pardon. There's nothing wrong with my food.
You call that stuff a dish of food? I wouldn't give it to a starving man. I wouldn't give it house room. I wouldn't have it on a desert island.
Oh. If my George Albert were alive today!
If you give him that stuff to eat, I'm not surprised he isn't. Nobody can live on bread and butter pudding.
How dare you!
Sit down!
Then, Wilf, don't get all worked
Worked
up.
up? I haven't started yet. Get a load of that. Cruet set, 4 and 6. You think I brought the blessed cruet set?
Come on, Wilf, pay the bill and let's
Will you
get
give
going.
over? That's my best coat.
You haven't heard the last of this?
Neither of you. I haven't started yet. Seaside landladies. There ought to be a law against them.
I'll report you to the Landladies Union.
Victimisation, that's what it is,
Come on,
victimisation.
Wilf, for goodness sake, come
When
on.
you give over, you're worse than your mother.
Now,
I'll
don't
pay you
take
back
I'm
the
not
bill.
coming
You
here.
see, hold on a minute.
That's
Hold on,
all.
hold on.
Outside! Yes? 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 No.
Who was it?
Have a guess.
Mother?
Mother lit the geezer.
Everything all right?
Fine. Fine. Of course, we haven't got a bathroom left anymore.
Is Mother all right?
She's all right, a wee bit singed round the edges.
Well, what about my bathroom?
Gone up in smoke. It pity it went another way round. Here, Mother Dracula, take the lot.
Thank you. And now you can clear out.
Not yet, we're waiting for a taxi.
Good morning, Mrs. Austin. We've come to say goodbye and settle up the bill.
Some people know the place at any rate.
What is the amount, my good woman?
£9.19 and sixpence. You'll find the details here.
There's 10 quid. Keep the change.
Thank you.
Goodbye, all. Bye-bye, dear. Good luck in that new home of yours.
Ta-ta. Hey, have a nice journey.
Oh, we're not going back just yet. Now that the housing problem's settled, we're going to have a second honeymoon.
Where at?
Trocadero. Come, my dear.
1 minute, Henry. Here, Mrs. Austin, specially for you.
A present? Oh, whatever is it?
Bread and butter pudding. Good morning.
Well, of all the ingratitude!
Your taxes here. I've put
Oh, ta-ta, lass. Here, put that in your pocket.
Nobody's in the dustbin!
What is it?
Don't talk to me! I'm speechless!
I bet that's the first time that's happened at all.
Come on, Will. Taxi's waiting.
Hey, half a tick.
Now, where are you going?
I've forgotten something.
Come on, Will. Do hurry up.
Okay, all steam ahead.
What have you got there?
Solid silver, 4 and 6. A ruddy bargain. Go on, home. Now,
he's going into the curtain. Hang on.
Wind it open. Open. Open it. Open the curtain.
Open the curtain.
Don't run off.